We know about 2G, 3G, etc., right? 4G, even 4G, etc. But what is the issues with this? Speed, latency, utility, etc. Our mobile will have, or our connection will be very less. And we will take more time even to browse in one single website. Okay. So to avoid these all issues or to sort the speed utility issues, we develop 5G or fifth generation of cellular networks. Okay. 5G, the fifth generation of cellular networks, is designed to improve the network connections by addressing the legacy issues of speed, latency, utility, etc., which are earlier or current generation of mobile networks could not address. 5G operates at a higher frequencies to offer a new kind of network that is designed to connect virtually everyone and everything together, including machines, objects, and devices. As we know that as the frequency in the electromagnetic spectrum, we know that there are different waves in it, right? And the important part is from visible to radio waves. What happens to frequency? Frequency decreases. Means energy decreases. Frequency and energy are proportional. Okay. Wavelength. What happened to wavelength? Increases. Wavelength and frequency are inversely proportional. So this means that this is a just part which I left last class. That's why I'm explaining this now. We have electromagnetic spectrum in which different lights are arranged according to frequency, and from visible to radio waves, when we see the frequency is decreasing, this means that the energy will also decrease. Okay, wavelength, but the wavelength is high. Okay, this is the reason why when we compared Li-Fi and Wi-Fi, there is a difference in the meters which it covered, the efficiency matters, etc. Okay, clear? In 5G as well, there is a higher frequencies. Okay, that is why it is able to clear or clarify the problems of speed, latency, utility, etc. Okay, it will also have an enhanced throughput to handle more simultaneous connections at a time than current generation networks. As we said before, if we connect more devices to a single router, for example, when it is a 4G or 3G, there will be an issue with connection, right? But compared to 5G, if we consider, there will be a more efficiency in connections as well, right? So this is the comparison between 3G, 4G, 5G, and 6G. Okay. 6G is something which is yet to come. Okay. So we are in a level of 5G now. Okay. Since we can see that the bandwidth increases. Initially, when we consider 3G, it was 2 MB only, then 200 MB. Now, when we consider 5G, it is nearly or greater than 1 GB. Okay. The latency is the time period for waiting. Okay. The latency or the waiting period is very less. If we give a URL or a typing something, there is a delay in having the information, right? That delay is the latency period. So latency period is very less and speed is also very high. So as the generation increases, there will be an increase in bandwidth. The latency will increase or decrease? Decrease. Okay. Latency means delay in achieving the information. That will decrease. And also the average speed will also increases. The next thing is 5G spectrum works in 3 bands: low band, mid band, and high band. Okay. In low band, it will have wider coverage. The 5G spectrum types, it will work in 3 bands. Okay, low band, mid band, and high band. Initially, when we see it will work on the bandwidth less than 1 gigahertz. Okay, and when we consider mid band, it will be 1 to 6. Above 24 is the high band range. This is the frequency in which it works. Lower than 1 gigahertz is low band, 1 to 6 is mid band, and 24 gigahertz above that is high band. Okay. What is the low band features is, low band is having wider coverage. Okay. But the problem with it is it has having limited speed and latency. So where can it be used? It can be used in areas where thinly populated. We don't have much requirement of the internet. Thinly populated area means the requirement will also be very less. Okay, so the areas where we're thinly populated and also in indoor coverage area, we can have low bandwidth 5G. Clear? Now, 1 gigahertz to 6 gigahertz, this is the mid band. This is the ideal for 5G. Okay, why? Because it will have enough speed, the latency period will be less, and it could be used by wider or thickly populated areas as well. Okay, so the ideal 5G is the mid band. Then the high band one. High band means high speed. So this delivers super fast distances, but to shorter distance. Super fast speed, but to shorter distance. That is the problem with higher band. Clear? So first we talked about the different 3G, 4G, 5G, and the coming one is 6G. And the advantage is bandwidth increases. Bandwidth increases means the speed increases. Okay, speed increases, but the problem is with that of the what? Transmission width. Okay, transmission frequency area. So 5G can be transmitted on 3 bands, like this: low band, mid band, and high band. Low band means nearly less than 1 gigahertz. So less than 1 gigahertz means there will be a problem, or there will be much less speed compared to other bands. Okay, so it can be used in thinly populated areas or for indoor purposes. Okay, clear? Then mid band. Mid band means nearly 1 to 6 gigahertz. It is ideal for transmission, or mostly used to 1 also. Then next one is high band for above 24 gigahertz, and it can have super fast speed of transmission, but the problem is of shorter distance. Clear? Okay. But what are the challenges of evolution of 5G in India? First thing is regarding the infrastructure. There is a lack of infrastructure. As we know that there is optical fiber infrastructure needed, power supply is needed. These all are interrupted, or there is a inadequate optical fiber network, and also the interrupted power supply is all that infrastructure area is lacking. Okay, that is one of the challenges. Now, next is high base price for auction. As we know that we have heard of the 3G spectrum auction cases, the 2G spectrum cases, etc. Okay, so similarly, 5G spectrum is also auctioned to the telecom companies. So this means that there is a high price for auction. Base price is very high. So the affordability or the competitiveness in the area will be less, right? Now, next one is the telecom issues. Telecom issues means based on the revenue per user is less, and also the skill set for developing the spectrum new technology is very less. Okay, the telecom issues, telecom industry as well, there are issues of resource management, human resource management, skill development set. Even the revenue we generate from per user is very less. So there is a economic ditch or glitch in the telecom industry as well. Okay. Then next one is the consumer constraints. Consumer constraints means there are we require the handset availability. As we know that many places in India as well, they are not available of Android phones or smartphones, etc. Right? So when the smartphones are not available, the people can't achieve or can't have the 5G. Right? So the other problems are with data privacy, data threat issues, etc. So consumer constraints are also high. Next one is technological challenges. Technological challenges means we are highly import dependent on the 5G technology from other countries. So import dependency means our Economic burden will also be high. We are not developing the technology entirely by ourselves. We are having a technology transfer from other countries. Okay, so this means that there are technological challenges. Next, other issues. Other issues are mostly related, as we said, that technology we transfer or we depend on other countries for technology transfer. This means that there is a security for national threat as well. If we are consuming or if we are achieving, approaching the other countries like Chinese vendors like Huawei, ZTE, etc., means there will be a threat to our national security as well, right? So the other challenges also exist in the 5G evolution in India. So we have discussed the challenges. The first one we discussed about the lack of infrastructure for development, right? Yes. Next one is for the high base price for auction is very high. Next one is regarding the telecom issues. Even the skill set is not there. Human resource development is not there in that area. When the revenue generated per person is very high for the telecom, very less in the telecom industry, which is even making the industry very less in generation of revenue. Okay. Next one is the consumer constraints. Even digital literacy is very less, data security or data threat is the problem. Next one is technological challenges. We are depending on other countries for the technology. We are importing the technology fully for supply chains, etc. So there arises a problem of national security as well. Okay.